Hey guys, what's up? So I'm gonna make a short video for the soil lab for you guys. In part one here on page 1. Basically what you're doing is you're taking a plastic cup or a paper cup and poking about 5 holes in the bottom of it, and you're going to pour some water through it. You're gonna have to find some way to measure it. You can just measure it by inches or millimeters. I assume you have a ruler at home, so if you want to do it that way, you can measure how much water that you have, pour it through there, see how much water comes out in a minute's time, and then you will use that to calculate the flow of water. So if you don't have any way of measuring milliliters, if you have a little like one of those things they use for medicine for little, like kids and stuff, if you have one of those, you can measure it. Probably most of the time they have like 5, 10, 15 mils. So you could use one of those. And you're going to answer questions 1 and 3 on the bottom of page 2. Okay? Now, on page 3, where it says page 3 at the bottom, I don't know if y'all can see this. I'm going to hold it up here. We did not have time to do the nutrient lab. And the 3 main nutrients in soil is nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. And they're always written in the form of NPK, nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium. And so what we did was I gave my students some data over here on, let's say that soil sample 1 has low nitrogen, high phosphorus, and medium potassium. And I asked them, using the combination of 0, 5, or 10%, because most fertilizers are, you buy it and it's like 10, 10, 10. It's in those 3, NPK, in that order. What fertilizer would you need to buy, what amounts, in order to amend the soil and make it where the soil had plenty of each 3? Okay? And so for like the first one, it would be, since we're low in nitrogen, we'd add 10%, whereas we're high in phosphorus, we'd add 0%, and we're medium in potassium, so add 5%. And that way, we have good amounts of each one, but we don't put excess in the soil and cause eutrophication or other problems with excess nutrients. Okay, so try filling that in. Answer questions 1, 4, and 5 on page 3. Now on page 4, this is this one right here, where you have to have the test tube and you put dirt in there with water and you basically mix it up. You don't have to have alum to do it, although it helps a little bit if you do have that at home, which I doubt you probably do. But you can do this in a cup, like a tall glass probably, as soon as your mother approves of it. Take it, it's got to be clear though where you can measure it, and you'll mix up the water and the soil, and then you'll let it sit there for about 30 minutes or an hour and let it settle out. And you should have sand at the bottom because it's the bigger particles, silt in the middle, and then clay above that. And then you should be able to use a ruler to measure like how much sand did we have, how much silt did we have, how much clay did we have, and be able to calculate the percentage of each one. So I've got an example on the board here. So let's say you had a test tube and 4 mils at the bottom was sand, 1 mil was silt, and 5 mils was clay. Well, you could figure out that that was made of 40% sand, 10% silt, and 50% clay. You will have to do this on a test. So that way you can figure out what your percentages are for each of the soil components. And then you can use your soil triangle, either the one in your book on 224 or the one in the packet, and you can figure out what the soil texture is. Okay? Now on page number 5, you're just only doing one sample for each one of these. So you'll just do like sample 1, and then you'll do the soil fill charts. Now this is where you take some of your dirt. Remember, it doesn't have any leaves or sticks or twigs or anything like that in there. And use this fill chart, and you're going to go through this and try to determine what type of soil this is by fill. This is what a lot of like soil engineers, how they would test your soil. Okay, and then on page 7 you've got a few questions to answer. We're going to do questions 1, 2, 3, and 4. On 3 and 4, I would like for you to address at least 2 causes of erosion and 2 ways to solve that. You do not have to do number 5. Okay? I hope this helps out, and I hope you guys are doing well, and please make sure you clean up when you're finished. Otherwise, I don't know what will happen. All right, it is dirty. All right, I miss you guys. Hope you all are doing well. Have a great day.